Good morning and welcome back to another week on my allotment. Good week. It's a bit miserable here today. That kind of very fine drizzle, which is irritating and uncomfortable to work in, but is making no difference to the ground whatsoever. We still wait for rain. Anyway, it is what it is. A couple of things on the plot this week, and I'll show you some clips in a moment. The first thing is the pond rebuild is now complete, so part 2 is today, where I'll show you putting it all back together, filling it. That's the good bit, and the plants and the wildlife have gone back in, all very successful. So that's the first thing. The second thing is harvesting. I harvested a row of kestrel second early potatoes yesterday that I grew in the ground. I thought I would always grow my potatoes in tubs, but last year my friend John said he grew kestrel and they weren't bothered by the slugs, and the literature says they are slug resistant, and I've had a fantastic crop and they're huge, the biggest potatoes I've ever grown, so I'm thrilled to bits with it. And the other thing this week is the continual harvest, and I've written down so I didn't forget anything. So this week I've been harvesting potatoes, beetroot, onions, French beans, runner beans, tomatoes. The tomatoes really are ripening now. I do hope this drizzle and the humid weather doesn't bring the blight on. We shall see. All our salads come from the garden at home, so we grow all our own salads. And lots of carrots. The carrots have been fantastic this year, and the cabbages are now maturing. So we make our own potato salad and coleslaw. We're eating a lot of salads at the moment. A lot of salads. Anyway, welcome along. Let's have a look at a few clips of what I've done this week. Go on. Well, there you have it. That's the pond all put back. Couple of little jobs left to do. Down the shallow end where there's a sort of a gentle gradient out, I've got to get some kind of slab, flat stone that goes there to cover the black plastic. And then around the edges I've got to get some gravel of some sort just to cover the rest of that membrane. But very happy. Yeah, looks nice, and all the wildlife has gone back in. It's amazing how many frogs were in those buckets. Yeah, job done. Well, another modest little harvest. It all counts. And again, some of that will be eaten, and lots of it will go in the freezers. All 3 onions there are onions that have bolted, so they won't store. So they'll be used this week. Well, there are a few that have been attacked, and there are some green ones, and there's a couple that I managed to spear with the fork. But despite all that, we are not going short of potatoes. I am thrilled with that crop. The question is, can you make a jacket potato out of a kestrel? The size of that thing. Well, a cracking little harvest for a Saturday afternoon. Very happy with that. I haven't done any quite interesting facts for a while, and by that I mean out of the book. So, eyes down, look in. Ptarmigan is eaten by 8% of Icelanders at Christmas. I thought that was an endangered bird. The past tense of snow used to be snew, S-N-E-W. Oh, it snowed last night. Snow fleas survive the cold because their bodies contain natural antifreeze. It is only safe to eat snow that has fallen within the last half day. I've got to be honest, I'm up to there with the word safe. If anyone else says to me, stay safe, I would pull my hair out if I had any. I don't believe that. When I was in the 3 Commando Brigade, every year we went to Norway and trained in the Arctic warfare. And the way you didn't carry water, you just went outside of your tent, you scooped up some snow, which could have fallen 2 months ago, and thawed it, boiled it and drank it and cooked your food in it. And I'm all right. According to the Office for National Statistics, Britons eat 50% more than they say they do. The Welsh for peaches literally translates as woolly plums. I'm saying nothing. In the 17th century, potatoes were cut into fishy shapes and fried as a fish substitute when it was too cold to go fishing. People with auto-brewery syndrome can get drunk from eating chips. Syndromes. Pancakes in food ads are drizzled with motor oil because it looks better than maple syrup. But it doesn't taste better. The director of Canada's Avian Science and Conservation Centre is called Professor Bird. 50 geese can produce 5,000 pounds of excrement a year. Do you know that's quite interesting? That's why it's called quite interesting. Lydney, which is a couple of miles that way, they're removing or culling geese from a local pond because people are complaining about the amount of muck all over the grass and the paths. The UK has more Wildlife Trust nature reserves than branches of McDonald's. Donald Trump asked the White House chef to recreate items from the McDonald's menu for him. When Donald Trump asked the Guggenheim Museum to lend the White House a Van Gogh, they offered him a solid gold toilet instead. Do you think they were trying to tell him something? Anyway, a little light humour. Well, the drizzle has stopped momentarily, so while there's a break, let's have a wander around the plot. So those are my leeks, and this was all weeded and raked over this week, and those small onions that didn't really come to much taken out, and we'll use the usable stuff. Some purple kale, all sown at the same time, all planted at the same time. One's doing all right there. These are not doing very well, and then that one on the end looks great. I don't know. These were the excess gourd birdhouse that I just whacked up a quick wigwam. I'm not sure they'll have time to come to anything. A few leeks there that the gourd is grabbing hold of and probably going to stunt. I've cropped some more comfrey to redo some more fertiliser. Hidden in amongst all the leaves are quite a lot of good size pumpkins, and there's one there putting on a bit of size. Some more leeks that I just put in a bit of spare ground. Those are the Sapo Mira main crop potatoes. So far all looking very healthy. They are meant to be blight resistant, we shall see, because I'm sure it's on its way. Carrots, I shall be taking more of those home today, and we're busy chopping and blanching, getting them in the freezers before the carrot fly do their thing. Right, up to the arch on the main plot. Very pleased to report we have some progress, if I can find them. Yeah, there are two gourds, one there and one above it. They're the most developed. There are lots of others, but nowhere near as advanced as those two. Ooh, hang on. I tell a lie. I've just spotted another one. Ooh, that's exciting stuff. Yeah, and then on the main plot, blackbirds are flitting about everywhere. I'm sure they're up to no good. They're like adolescent teenagers with hoodies on. You just know they're up to no good. The tomatoes, yeah, doing well. We need a bit more sunshine. There goes another blackbird. Oh no, that's a thrush. yeah, tomatoes are doing well, and the ones in the greenhouse are doing better. There's those potatoes I dug up yesterday. All these calendulas have gone over. Cabbages, I'm picking those now. The gooseberries that I moved, they seem to have taken the shock reasonably well. I need to get my peas picked for next year's seed. Said before, but these teddy bear sunflowers are an absolute joy. Strange how they're different forms. Squash mash, winter squash mashed potato here. Let's see if I can see any. Oh yeah, there we are. There's a few in there. More beetroot, Sarpomera potatoes in tubs. The asparagus has really taken off. I'm thrilled with the progress of that. The blueberries have stopped. There's still some immature ones or unripe ones on there, but they're just not ripening. It is an odd year. And then we come to the pond, and I know you've seen a few clips of that. Yeah, it's looking good. And I've added a bird bath, but I've got a feeling it's sprung a leak, because I filled it up this morning so that stone was almost covered, and it's dropped. I have got some extra lining left over, so I might have another go at that. But thankfully, touch wood, the main pond is okay. And looks like I'm going to get some water lilies. I'll be over the moon if they open. So, very happy with the progress, and even happier with the harvests. She's eating my pea seeds, adding insult to injury. Well, from one row, these are the keepers, and those, it hurts me to say, are the rejects. They've been nibbled or they've gone green, but for one reason or another, we can't keep them. Still, very happy with the crop. This is my 6th summer with an allotment. And when I started, there were 2 things I couldn't do, try as I might. One was grow carrots, and the other was to grow clean, uneaten, jacket potato sized potatoes. So in my 6th year, I'm pleased to say I've finally cracked both. The carrots I grow in the large tubs with a mix of sand and soil, so they get a good root run and they're straight. And the potatoes, this is the first year I've managed it, and that's because they're kestrel and the slugs and the wireworm don't seem to like them. So very, very happy. That little crate there gives me immense satisfaction. Well, from a miserable morning, it's turned out a nice day. I think I've got a bit of sunburn. But yeah, another good day on the plot. I haven't seen anybody else. I think I saw Bridget's car, but I didn't see Bridget, and there's definitely been nobody else up here. Maybe the drizzle this morning put them off. But really pleased with my carrots, lots more to crop, and of course as I pull them out it gives the smaller ones some space to expand and grow. The potatoes I'm thrilled with, kestrel, and now we are cropping the runner beans, the French beans, and the tomatoes. We've had a few pickings, but I'm looking straight at them now, and there's lots and lots of very large green tomatoes. So blight permitting, in the next week or two we're going to be taking a serious crop of tomatoes. So yeah, it's all good stuff on the allotment, and this is what it's all about: growing fruits and veg, taking them home, and then eating them fresh and through the leaner seasons. So it's all going very well. Look after yourselves. I shall see you in a week maybe. Not sure what we're doing next weekend. Thanks for watching. Thanks to those who subscribed. I do appreciate it. And I shall see you all in my next video. Until then, take care. Bye for now.